I'm Kimberly Flowers, here tonight, Secret Session Facilitator. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to share with you two things. One, how you can get some of these awesome animated business cards that you may have been seeing and for free. And two, the core meat of tonight's session, which is that within the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna show you how to make more money per product or package that you offer in your business, doing exactly what you've been doing and changing only two things. And that's how to show up, how you show up, and how much you're asking for. As a visual branding expert, it's my job, but it's also my natural inclination to really listen to people. I love finding out what makes a person, and their offer special and unique and valuable to the marketplace. So walking through the halls, I had an awesome opportunity to meet so many of you, and I'm learning so much about your awesome businesses. And I can't help but think to myself as I do that, how talented and knowledgeable and skilled many of you are in the fields that you serve in. And the truth is, guys, you know that you should be getting paid more for what you do. And I know because I was you. I know what it's like to sit in a crowded place like this conference, right? And just watch as people with businesses just like yours offer products and services just like yours for $20, $40, and even $100,000. And you're thinking to yourself, if I could just get one person to buy a package from me for $10, $20, $40,000, that might change my whole business situation for the year. So you're frustrated because you know that you're just as skilled and as talented as some of the highly paid experts out there, and they're getting paid, high dollar amounts, and you're wondering, what is it that they know that I don't know? And the truth is this: they know how to position themselves valuably in the marketplace. I want you to remember that word value because we're going to talk a little bit more about it. So look, guys, no one starts a business to make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a whole year, right? If you wanted to do that, you could have just kept your day job. You started your company because you know that, what you wanted to do more of what you love and less work and be able to get paid more doing it. But guess what, guys? The average entrepreneur in the expert space, meaning you're a coach, a trainer, an author, a speaker, as a business owner on average, you're going to be making $40,000 to $50,000 a year. And why? It's because you don't understand the concept of positioning that I'm about to share with you today. It's really sad, guys. I see every day people who are hardworking, they're highly skilled, pimping themselves out in a desperate effort to really get people's business, so they provide their services at discounted rates and that are far too low. And then they're mad because they're working way too hard for way too little. There are these people, probably not you. You're probably more like me, or maybe like many of the people that you've seen on the platforms this weekend, right? Who require a lot more for their leadership and for their knowledge, much more. So maybe that's you and maybe that's who you want to be. But either way, you know that even though you love what you do enough to do it for free, you don't want that to be the end of your story. You've been thinking about this and you realize that in order for you to truly be happy and fulfilled serving people with your brilliance and expertise, it's going to require you making more for your time and investment, and that's totally fine. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I started my working career in college as a freelancer, and mostly what that means is I did a lot of things for free, right? I've always had an affinity for technology, and that love for technology really developed over time into all sorts of artistic skills like photography and videography and graphics and motion graphics and website design. I did it all, and I was highly desired in the marketplace for my skill set, but I wasn't making enough money because I didn't understand how to position myself in the marketplace. One of the main things first things that my mentors trained me on was that people pay you more for what you know than they will for what you do. And that really changed how I started earning money. You see, you have to learn how to position yourself to make the kind of profit you desire for your business. And the good news is that positioning yourself for profit is a learned skill. And today, it's a skill you're going to learn. So when you've decided, you guys, that you're tired of making average income for things that you're brilliant at, then it's time to do some soul searching. People who make less than what they want to in this business do so for a few different reasons. And that's emotional hangups, lack of knowledge, and really lack of action. So emotional hangups are about mindset. This is the thoughts that we battle in our heads, like, I don't really believe maybe that I'm worth it, or I don't think I should be paid well for it, or I don't believe people would pay me well for it if I require them to, right? Or maybe you're terrified to ask for what you really want. The list goes on, you guys, and we've all gone through it, not thinking that we're worthy of making what we desire, right? For me, it wasn't even that. I was afraid that people wouldn't pay me more. I knew that other people were making more in the industry, making way more than I was, but I was afraid people maybe wouldn't pay me more. And it's funny to think about those hangups now, because at that time I was battling myself charging what was still really lower tier items, but it was higher than what I had been charging. And so the difference between our ability to create a little bit of wealth and a lot of wealth is really in our mindset, guys. For those emotional hangups out there are so many coaches that really deal with mindset and inner worth. And these people dedicate themselves to helping you find, that breakthrough that you need so that you can start believing in your value and moving in the direction that, of your paid passion. But unfortunately, you guys, this session is not for people who don't think they can do it. It's not for them. It's, this is an advanced course, you guys. It's for people who know that there's more. They have seen others around them achieving more, and they know that they can have more. They know they deserve more. They just don't know how to get more. These people are in group 2, right? They're the people who lack knowledge. And knowledge is truly power. You can't do what you don't know to do. So if you've not been taught how to justify raising your prices, then you don't. And things that you don't know how to do, you become frustrated, right, with your current situation because you know what you want, but you don't know how to get there. And this is where I provide amazing leadership. And truthfully, you guys, this group is the only one tonight that I'm willing to help, because the only other group, are those that are unwilling to take action. Look, you guys, if you're here watching today's session and you're just browsing around trying to see who the new kid is, or, who is this young looking girl who's talking about, what is she talking about? What is she wearing? Who does she know? Who is she connected with? That's cool. Maybe you're here because you want to know more about Kimberly, and that's okay. If you've ever met me, you know that I'm always down for making new friends. If you see me in the hall, speak, But tonight, as your friend, you guys, I have to tell you the truth. And the truth is that tonight is not about any of that. Tonight is not about me, it's about you. It's about me helping you see how easy it is to start getting paid at a high level for the career that you have as an entrepreneur. So I know you're probably thinking, okay, I got it. Tell me what the secret is. What is it that I don't know? And it's this: people buy what they perceive and trust to be of value to them. Nothing more, nothing less. How much they spend on something will really depend on how much value they can see in that thing. The truth is simple, guys, and simply put, the amount of money that you're making right now, the amount that's in your bank account right now, is really a result or a reflection of how you're positioning the value of your company in the marketplace. Selling a product or service is a game of value proposition. In fact, selling in general is literally an exchange for value for value. You as a business owner have a product or service that's of value that you exchange for something worth monetary value, right? So this makes the topic of value super important. Super important. In fact, the next questions that you should be asking me are, okay, so what is value? Who determines value? And these would all be great questions. I love what Simon Sinek says in his book, Start With Why, because it speaks volumes to what I'm about to share with you. And when I heard the statement, it literally became my why. He says this: value is not a calculation. Value is a perception. So then the answer is simple. We determine value. People, we do. So if we determine what is valuable, then our number one job as business owners is powerful presentation, whether that's sales presentation, physical presentation, digital presentation. The number one goal is to help others assess our business as one of high value. From a selling perspective, this is super important, that we create a digital atmosphere around our brand where people, just by looking at it, expect to pay more for your products and services because they can perceive or see substantial value in it. a lot of times we think to ourselves, we want to be responsible decision makers when it comes to how we're spending our money, and as responsible decision makers, we think that means making, buying decisions based on what we need and based on the facts, based on the figures, making sure they come in line with what we told ourselves that we need. But psychology is actually, that's far from the truth. It's our human nature that the majority of our purchases are made on intuition or how we feel about a product or service. We literally rely on our gut to tell us what is worthy of our money. And that's important for you to understand it's important for you to understand this fact. How you show up matters. Let's talk about how your business is being perceived by the people you want to buy from you. How are you showing up? Are you showing up valuably? We meet people in today's culture one or two different ways, right? And it's physically or digitally. Physically, you might show up at a coffee shop, a networking meeting, a conference like this one, and introduce yourself physically. Pass out a business card, and that becomes the first experience that a person has when being introduced into your brand. And I want you to rate yourself, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10 based on your physical appearance, meaning what you're wearing, how you're holding yourself, the business cards, like what does that look like? Are you communicating confidence, wealth, care, concern, or are you communicating fear and insecurities and financial struggle? You don't want to have to convince people when you meet them to do business with you. You want to inspire them to, based on how you're showing up, the energy that you're giving off. You want them to be able to immediately perceive value in you, high value, right? And so the second way we meet people is digitally. Some of us may find, you by way of your digital space, maybe your website, maybe your social media pages, maybe Facebook, Instagram, right? And whatever people are able to see or perceive about you and your brand really becomes their first experience with your brand. I want you to rate yourself, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10. How do you think that you're showing up digitally? When people look at your digital presence, are they met with pictures and graphics and videos that communicate the spirit of excellence that is you? Or are they met with things that you think are fine for now? Does it communicate clearly the message that you have and how you serve others? Does it accurately reflect the spirit of the brand that it represents? Or are you using high quality video and pictures to help you in that area? If the answer is no, guys, or you're not sure, then I can tell you right now why your online marketing efforts don't seem to be working for you, right? As a business owners, we are focused sometimes so greatly on being great at what we do. A lot of times we forget to even think about how others are perceiving what we do. We're so worried about getting seen that we forget how we're being perceived and whether or not people can see value in what we do. We create a business and immediately pour our money into marketing, right? We're just trying to get the word out there. And the thing is, guys, you can do all the marketing in the world, but if people don't like the landing, where they're landing on your space, wherever that is, you're not going to be converting those people into friends and followers and potential clients into paying customers. In fact, you probably won't even get a chance to share your message with them because they'll be out of there faster than you can get you can get the word out. And I know you've heard you have about 6 or 7 seconds to grab the interest of a person before they check out on you. But what if there was a way that in just seconds, people who connected with you in person and online felt immediately as connected to your brand, its message, products, and services as you do? What if you could show them the value of your business the way that you see it? Today, I'm going to give you 3 different ways to help you position your message, products, and services as valuable in the marketplace so that you can start raising your prices. Step 1, and everyone should be writing right now. Step 1, and also share this video with someone that you think needs this information. Share the video right now. Step 1, you must understand how you add value. Know what you're offering and know how it's valuable to someone else. So let's say I offer coaching, right? And I help people get clear on their business value. Okay, so I've described what I do, but I still haven't touched the value of what I do. So by helping people, I get clear, helping people get clear on their value, they're able to show up in the marketplace more valuably as a result, and they're able to raise their prices and bringing in more revenue. So then the value of what I do is that I help you make more money for your business without changing what you're currently doing to service people, right? Make sense? So this is an easy enough concept, you guys, but I want you to look at your own brand and really say, okay, so this is what I do. This is how I help people. But then take it a step forward, take it a step further and say, okay, so this is how what I do adds value to someone else. Why should anybody pay you? You know, why should they pay you? So start thinking from the eye of the consumer and ask yourself the question that they're asking themselves. How will this help me? You know, what will I be able to accomplish after working with you? What are some of the benefits? You know, understanding how you add value is foundational and fundamental as a component in building a brand that pays well. Remember, a confused mind does nothing. So if you can't easily understand, if people can't easily understand how what you do adds value, they're not going to make a buying decision, because remember, people only buy things they perceive and trust to be valuable to them. So how are you being perceived? The next step to position yourself valuably is to offer value. Makes sense, right? People like givers, and more importantly, they trust givers. When somebody offers you something of value for free and you actually can see the value in it, suddenly you start feeling like, oh, this person cares about me. They were willing to give me something that I can actually use for my business. And you know, the second thought is that if this is what they can afford to give away for free, and it was so useful to me, then the paid stuff must be amazing, right? So you want to give people high level gifts. So, you know, give them something that they can use. Don't give away cheap things, you guys, because if you do, the perception is in the opposite direction. So I might think, you know, if this thing was not useful to me, then the paid version may be a waste of my time. So when you're looking at your own brand, take a moment and rate your giver attitude. Are you offering people that you want to work with you something that is free, something that is useful to them? Is it something that they can see the value in for themselves and for their business? These are important things, guys. The third step is this. You must showcase your value. What does that mean? It means you visually show people how what you do is valuable, and nothing says value like high quality presentation. This is what I like to call the build out phase. This is about focusing on the look of your website, your social media pages, your emails, you know, making sure that all your platforms are used to engage people, that you're communicating a consistent and high quality message. No matter how people find you online, they should be able to communicate. You should be able to communicate that your business is a business of excellence, that it seeks to service high-end clients, that you know, based on what they can tell about your business and its communication, that this business is likely to not only give me what I need or expect from it, but you know, highly likely to give me way more and supersede that expectation. So guys, I want you to rate yourself on visual presentation on a scale of 1 to 10 and ask yourself, if I was a potential customer and somebody who had never seen this site, would I trust it with my credit card, right? And would I be inspired to buy anything, right? And if this was not my own brand, would I stay long enough to hear more? These are things that you want to ask yourself when you're looking at your own stuff, because it goes a long way in helping you to understand how value is being perceived for your products and your services and your brand in general. So at the end of the day, guys, with every interaction a person has with your brand, it's an unconscious assessment of value. And I say unconscious because most people don't even know why they like what they like. They just know they like it. And the secret is this. Yes, you may not be able to make people like you, but what you can do is definitely create a digital atmosphere that certainly makes people liking and trusting you extremely easy. So if you're ready, guys, to eliminate the excuses for why you can't do this, and you're ready to start building a business that other people love to do business with, then I want to hear from you, guys. I want you to text me at 210-605 4644. That number again is 210-605-4644. Text brand me, and me and one of my team will reach out to you and answer any questions that you have about tonight's session. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me. I hope that you found this information helpful, and I'm looking forward to really help you guys create a digital atmosphere where people expect to pay more for your products and services. That being said, that's all I have for you. I'm Kimberly Flowers, and you've been watching tonight's secret session. All right, guys, I promised you that I would show you how to get a free animated business card. And so these business cards I really love because, first of all, you never run out of business cards, and you'll always be able to have an awesome kind of cool icebreaker when you meet people. You know, you can say, hi, I'm Kimberly Flowers, the visual branding expert, and then, you know, you're exchanging information, and I say, actually, I have an animated business card, right? Have you ever seen an animated business card? And people are like fascinated, like, no, I've never seen an animated business card. And so you're able to pull that out as a great icebreaker for talking and meeting new people. Those animated business cards run for $197, but for the first 10 people that text in brand me to 210-605-4644, the first 10 people will receive a free animated business card. So I want you to text in brand me 210-605-4644. So looking forward to giving you guys this animated business card for free. So let's see who takes me up on my offer, right? Get your free animated business card, and I look forward to learning more about your business this year.